It's past midnight. You're back from the office, staring at your phone in bed. You've got a good degree, a solid entry-level salary, and your parents are proud. Out of curiosity, you open a real estate app to see what a basic one-bedroom apartment near your office costs. And there it is, a starting price of 75 lakhs. You do the math. Even if you save absolutely everything, eating nothing, going nowhere, it would take over a decade just to afford the base price. But in those 10 to 12 years, that 75 lakh apartment will likely cost closer to 1.5 crore. The math suggests that for many, homeownership has become a statistical impossibility. Your immediate reaction is to give up. You close the real estate app, open Zomato, and order a 400 rupee dessert. When the long-term goals are out of reach, spending on a small slice of happiness right now feels like the only logical move. This is financial nihilism. It happens when the future feels so unattainable that you stop trying to save for it and focus entirely on the present moment. The scale of this shift is massive. Young Indians are currently spending an average of 29% of their income on travel alone. Combine that with tens of thousands of crores spent on food delivery, and you see an entire generation prioritizing experiences over equity. To older generations, this looks like a lack of discipline. They see a generation that has forgotten how to save for a rainy day. But this spending isn't a mistake, it is a reaction. Gen Z is spending like this because they see that the traditional path to building wealth is no longer functioning. To understand why the path is broken, we have to look back at the original promise. In 2012, landing a job in the IT services sector was the standard starting point for the middle-class dream. Back then, a starting salary was around 3.5 lakhs a year. Today, that same entry-level role pays barely 4.5 lakhs. Now, compare those stagnant wages to housing. In 2012, a one-bedroom apartment in the suburbs cost roughly 30 lakhs. Today, that same home demands closer to 90 lakhs. This chart shows the widening gap. While salaries moved slightly, housing costs exploded. In Mumbai, the average home now costs 14.3 times the average annual salary. Hidden inflation makes the gap even wider. Over the last decade, while starting wages rose by maybe 25%, general expenses grew by 130%. The math is clear. The middle-class escalator has stopped. For a young professional today, the old formula of working hard and saving pennies does not result in a home. Technology has accelerated this spiral. UPI removed the physical and psychological friction of spending. When every microtransaction is just a 4-digit code away, tiny daily purchases quickly grow into a mountain of debt. This gap is being filled by instant credit. Buy now, pay later apps and easy personal loans create a mirage of wealth, allowing people to live a lifestyle their actual income cannot support. Social media has turned the Sharma Ji Ka Beta comparison into an inescapable 24-hour feed. Every third swipe on Instagram shows a 22-year-old in a luxury car or a 21-year-old on a vacation in Switzerland, creating a constant sense of failure for everyone else. Because the slow, safe path feels pointless, young investors are increasingly drawn to high-risk areas. They reject 7% bank deposits in favor of crypto and options trading, desperate attempts to outrun inflation. When the data shows that the safe route leads to a guaranteed loss, taking extreme risks starts to look like a logical gamble. For many, high-risk trading feels like the only remaining way to reach financial independence. If you feel like you're constantly running just to stay in place, you aren't alone. It is harder to be a 20-year-old today than it was for previous generations, but drowning in debt will only make your 20s a permanent financial prison. It's time to be honest about the math. Skipping your daily coffee will not buy you a house. These tiny savings cannot bridge the gap created by a broken economy. A 1,000 rupee SIP won't make you wealthy overnight. Its real value is in solidifying the habit of discipline. By starting small now, you ensure the mechanics of investing are already in place for when your income eventually scales. Maintaining a routine reduces the cognitive load of managing your money. When you build these habits early, you spend less mental energy on your finances later. The new blueprint starts with balance. Allocate 30% of your income for guilt-free spending. Use this money to enjoy your life today without feeling the pressure to account for every rupee. Next, protect your flexibility. Reject heavy financial burdens like large EMIs or personal loans in your 20s. Keeping your liabilities low allows you to move for better jobs or settle in different cities as the world changes. Finally, sever the comparison trap. Your journey is not a race against your parents' peak or a curated influencer's feed. True financial freedom today means protecting your peace, avoiding debt traps, and living strictly for yourself. The rules of the economy may be rigged, but you can still choose to play a different game.